Rotu's DragonSoul Hero Review. Let's begin. Up for review this week, Golden Genie, as voted by, I assume, Aladdin. Now, I should probably be disappointed by a low voter turnout, but I'm actually kind of amused that literally one person decided this week's review. I don't know, that's kind of neat. Anyways, his white active skill, Foul Frontal Assault, launches a volley of chickens out of his hand cannon. Each bird deals 1 star's worth of physical damage to all foes in front of him, but also deals 1 star's worth of physical damage to Golden Genie. Has a physical damage trait and the bashing damage trait. Low damage and self-inflicted damage are no indication of this skill's potency. Like a can of Pringles, once you pop, it don't stop. This skill will continue to fire for the rest of the wave. He can kill himself if not careful, but that's a risk I happily take. I rate this as a 5-star skill. His green skill, 3 Wishes. When his health runs out, Golden Genie disappears into his lamp. He then wishes himself back into existence, reviving with 78.2% health after 6 seconds. Any nearby foes are stunned for 2 seconds as he emerges from the lamp, guaranteed to stun foes if they are skill level or lower. However, if he is hit 4 times while in his lamp, he will die permanently. He may revive up to 3 times per battle, but each time he enters his lamp, it takes 1 less hit to kill him. Has no traits. All of which is a lot of words for a skill that I find terrible. Not once has this skill ever affected me negatively or positively on my own. This skill does, however, positively affect me as the enemy. I love to face this skill in Expedition. As the 6 seconds he is in his lamp, I regen health and energy. It's a nice way to top off before moving on. I rate this as a 1-star skill. His blue skill, you said goat, right? Summons an angry goat in front of him. The goat charges forward, dealing 4 stars worth of physical damage to each foe as it runs past. Has a physical damage trait and the bashing damage trait. Above average damage, funny name, no quirks. Not much else to say really. I rate this as a 4-star skill. His purple skill, it gives you horns, sprouts a sweet pair of horns for 12 seconds, increasing his basic damage by 236 and skill power by 236. Has no traits. As a premise, this is a really cool skill. It's not just a generic stat boost, but a timed one that triggers. The skill, however, gives a really poor boost. Crimson Witch and Barbarian give massively bigger boosts, and considering this is a self boost, and only his basic attack gets the benefit of basic damage, it would be better served to push it all into skill power. At least the duration is pretty good and it looks sweet. Incredibly underwhelming and generic. If it had better boosts, I would love this, but I rate this as a 2-star skill. For runes, the game suggests Blood for plus 200 lifesteal and Ocean for plus 25% skill power, and for once I agree completely. I never considered anything else. For major boosts, I went with health and skill power. Minor runes, lifesteal is the most important to counter his chicken cannon, followed by starting energy and fury. He benefits from critical growth and damage, armor penetration, dodge, tenacity, and cooldown reduction. Accuracy hasn't been an issue since machine guns don't usually care, and expertise is fairly lacking as well, but neither should be avoided. Conservation seems like a complete waste though. Where do I use Golden Genie? I do not currently use him in Coliseum, Expedition, Titan Temple, or Fight Pit. That has more to do with my available options more than his usefulness though. He certainly could be useful in any. I do use him in War as a rotation hero based on the Battlefield of the Week. I do use him in Boss Pit for Venetia Stage 2, which was actually a comment suggestion, and I spent a lot of time looking for it to give them credit, but I couldn't find it. Golden Genie is a fairly straightforward hero. It's hard to say who he works best with because he fits in almost anywhere. He's a very self-sustained and flexible hero. Golden Genie is a strong offensive weapon. Early on, his chicken cannon could be hard to balance, but his 3 Wishes downside isn't a real deterrent. There's no loss in someone else winning Expedition, really. Overall, I rate Golden Genie as a 5-star hero. He is a very potent hero, and while I use mine rotationally, he easily is a mainstay and a must-have. Thanks for watching. Now, super generic outro. Okay, that's the end.